our baseball edition of Quick Takes with Ozzie Guillen. Welcome back. So obviously I need you to make some quick picks. Who wins the AL?
Well, they even win the first game. We had to pick one already.
That's what we do.
American League, I go with Detroit Tigers. I think the pitching staff is very well. I worry about the strikeouts. I do worry about the strikeout, but I think with the pitching staff, now they have Nathan is a closer. I think the chance is there. And besides that, the window for Detroit Tigers is getting closer. You know what I mean? They're getting closer. Even they signed Miguel Cabrera for the long-term deal. I think that the window is getting closer and closer. I think this is the time for them to win this year.
I completely agree. I think their rotation is big time. I think, listen, when you look at Scherzer, when you look at Verlander, when you look at Sanchez, they got a crew. You need three top-notch starters in your rotation come postseason time, and I think Detroit has that. They got rid of Prince Fielder. As much as I like him, he did strike out. He didn't get a lot done in the postseason. You obviously kept Cabrera, and you've got Nathan as your closer. There's really no reason that Detroit shouldn't.
And besides that, they're hungry. They have to, because they was tasting the cake, and they take it away from them a few times. And I think this year it's time for them to step it up and do it.
Kinsler's got to show up too.
I'm just not sold. After those first two big gun pitchers, and they got to stay healthy all year, I'm not sold. I am sold on the Tampa Bay Rays. Just on pitching alone, you can throw those two big guns up, but when I go David Price, Alex Cobb, Matt Moore, and Chris Archer, that's some firepower from 1 to 4. And Longoria, Will Myers, and Joe Madden, being the Svengali that he is, mixing and matching, they will score enough runs to win the AL East and the American League over the Boston Red Sox, who will again make the playoffs. I'm not sure about the health. Now, Victorino just went on the 15-day DL. They're a year older, so I'm not sure they can all have the career years they had last year.
And besides that, when you go to the World Series in the playoff, all the pitchers, they have another 2-star, 3-star more than they did the year before. That's why I think Boston got a little bit of problem with that. I don't think they're going to win it, but I agree with you about, I think Tampa Bay got a great pitching staff. I don't know they're going to score that many runs to win it, but if they get to the playoff, obviously everybody have a chance, but I pick Detroit Tigers. Come on, Miguel.
Okay.
Do you believe in Joe Madden?
Yes. I think he's the best manager in the game.
Whoa.
Without doubt about it.
It's
my opinion. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. It's the hardest to compete against.
Ozzie?
National League?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's hard. I got to go with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay.
You know why? The reason is I think they was there before. They know how to play the game. I think they're going to miss Bertrand. There's no doubt about it, but I think they're going to pick the guy. Everybody picked the Dodgers, but I think the Dodgers, I don't see them to play together. They will win the division easy. Right. They will, but I think how they're going to play in the playoff is a lot of questions in there.
I'm rolling with the Washington Nationals again because of pitching. I mean, when you look at these boys, you got Strasburg. Listen, we know what a stud he can be when he's healthy. You've got Gonzalez, you got Zimmerman, you got Fister replacing Herron. I like that. And then I look at their offense, and obviously they were a little bit sluggish at the beginning of the year, came on a little bit stronger. But now you got a new manager. Everybody's talking about they're supposed to be more focused this year than ever before. I'm not going for that. I'm just looking at the talent that they have on their squad, led by their pitching, and I think it will be enough to knock off a St. Louis or Atlanta.
I don't say anything about Matt Williams, but when I was managing, I think everybody talk about how good Johnson was. My grandpa, that we love him. All so they start losing, and they don't like grandpa anymore. I worry about the Nationals team pitching staff. Is the greatest to me, is the best in the National League, but can they stay healthy? That's the one thing about it. You stay healthy, they're going to have a chance to win the game.
Well, that's with everybody.
Well, that's the reason I say, I think St. Louis Cardinals went through all the stuff together last year, and I think they had the experience.
Okay, the X factor to your pick is Matt Williams, the first-year manager. He's never managed before, right? You did that once upon a time, right?
Everybody did.
Everybody has to start somewhere.
But everybody do it.
Okay.
But Matt Williams was coaching.
He was
before. And I think that's experience. I think to manage is not a big deal. Like how many years you manage, what experience you have. If you don't have a good players, you're not a good manager. I don't care what people say. You make your players play better. You try to get the best out of your players as a manager, but managers not pitch, they not run, they not hit. And I don't care how good you are, you're not win games. You might, you may win one game out of 162 games.
I'm with Ozzie. St. Louis wins the National League because I just go Wainwright, Walker, Shelby Miller, Lance Lynn, Joe Kelly. I mean, come on.
And they play the game right. They not beat themselves. And one big part of that team, the big guy behind the plate, Yadier Molina.
Yep.
He brings this team together. that's what that many players know how the
Called
guts.
a great game.
No,
Yep.
besides that, you call it a good game when you have good pitching staff. But besides that, now on, players know how the guts to get in people's face. This is the way we want to play, and Jadier Molina does.
He does.
And that's big in any clubhouse.
Johnny Peralta, controversial signing, but an upgrade, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it's not doubt about it. I think they got better. My question is, wow, they're going to miss Bertrand's bad.
Okay.
Big
Lastly, who wins the World Series?
Oh my God. I pick Detroit Tigers, and I say Detroit Tigers should
Okay.
win the World Series.
I agree.
You do?
I'm picking the Detroit Tigers to win it all.
I'm picking Joe Madden to win it all, Ozzy's favorite manager.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
At least the hard one to compete against. He
Yes.
don't know. He don't care what
I
kind
think
of.
Tampa Bay finds a way to get into the postseason yet again and finds a way to lose again.
You realize I have both Boston and Tampa making the playoffs, which means that the Yankees will not.
Again, one more time.
Oh,
just let them
God.
know
There we
the
go.
Yankees- you mentioned that before. I
Yes,
just want to say it
I
one
did.
more time.
I wanted to rub it in a little bit.
Okay.
Just so he doesn't,
would know.
you know, I'm talking him off the preseason ledge here. We're
very
at the
fair.
opening day finally, and I'm just trying to get your feet back on the ground.
Yankees
friend.
will make the postseason
Yeah.
this year.
They will.
They will.
You
Well,
don't
how many,
say
how
that
many,
with much
how many, how many
conviction.
guys are going to be in the American League? Like 16 playoff?
Yeah, right. All 16.
Yankee, Boston, Tampa, and Detroit. And,
He's such a child. Look at the face.
you know why I have my feelings to New York. The best player in earth wear New York Yankees uniform.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
And I respect that man. I think it's the best thing ever happened in this game last 30 years.
Yes.
Derek Jeter, 2 by 11.
Okay.